Where to begin? I have trouble recalling this event. Well, not really. I remember everything perfectly, actually, but I wish I didn't. My wife, Teresa, and I had just gone out for the night by ourselves for the first time since we had our first baby, Carla. Carla was about 8 months old now and could sleep through the night. My sister-in-law, Amanda, who was a little more than half my wife's age, volunteered to be our babysitter. We planned to be out late, so she was just going to stay the night. Of course, Teresa was still a bit worried about leaving the baby for the first time, so I had Amanda promise to text us regularly to give us updates. She agreed, and we left. Halfway through our evening, I received the first text from Amanda. "All is good. We are just watching a movie. She's enthralled, but getting tired." The text read. I told my wife and she smiled. I think the update from Amanda put her at ease. Another hour went by, and we moved from a restaurant to a bar now to get some drinks before the show we were going to see started. My phone beeped, and I checked to see another update from Amanda. "Just put her down to bed. She passed out on the couch," the message read. I told Teresa this as well, and she had me remind Amanda to double check the baby monitor was plugged in. I texted Amanda this, and she said she had already done it. As we got a few drinks in, I got another text message from Amanda. I opened it, and all that was displayed was random numbers, letters, and characters. It was incomprehensible, like someone just ran their hands over a keyboard. I texted her back, asking, "What?" She replied after about 10 minutes, saying, What, LOL. I told her about the message, and she said that her phone was on the coffee table, so she could not have butt dialed a message, and that there wasn't anything on her screen like that. I had gotten weird messages before from random numbers, so I just put it out of my mind and put my phone away again. It wasn't until 10 minutes later that I received 3 messages in succession with more random gibberish that I started to get worried. I opted to just call Amanda instead of asking her through text. I dialed, and it rang but went to voicemail. I then texted her, simply saying, "Call me." A few minutes later, Amanda called me back. She said that she didn't receive a call from me and there was no gibberish messages on her screen. I'm sure she heard the worry in my voice because she reassured me that everything was fine and she had just checked on the baby and she was sleeping soundly. I hung up with her, trying not to let my runaway imagination get the best of me. I then opened the baby monitoring app on my phone. We had one of those fancy baby monitors that had the camera and connected to our Wi-Fi so we could view a live feed of the room from an app. I pressed the room view button in the main menu and soon a live video of the room popped up. We could see the baby sound asleep in our crib. Everything was in black and white since the lights were off. The night vision mode of the camera was on. It had infrared lamps built in to provide a night vision shot. I saw her sleeping soundly and showed my wife. She smiled and went back to talking to her friends that we had ran into at the bar. I looked back down at the screen, and that's when my heart stopped. Now, over the crib stood a figure. It was way too big to be Amanda. It stood at least 6 feet tall. It had its hands on the crib, leaning over into it. It then turned its head around slowly, without moving its body. It turned its head completely around, like an owl. and then it just stared directly at the camera. Its eyes reflected in the infrared light like an animal's would, and it had no distinct facial features other than its black eyes and what looked like a small twisted slit for a mouth. I couldn't move, only stare, frozen in fear. My wife called my name and snapped me out of it. "Are you okay?" she asked. Her face then lost a smile and twisted into worry when she saw mine. "Call the police now. Tell them that there is someone in the house," I told her. She obviously believed me and didn't even ask why. She pulled out her phone immediately and called 911. I then opened up my phone app and called Amanda. It started ringing and I silently prayed that she would pick up. She did. "Hello," she said. "Amanda, I want you to listen carefully. There is someone in Carla's room. Teresa is on the phone with the police now. I want you to..." She cut me off. "Hold on!" I heard running on the carpet as Amanda threw the phone down and ran off. I didn't know where she went, but it only took me a second to find out. I put the call on speaker and went back to the video feed. Whatever that thing was still staring at the camera. That's when I heard the door bust open and lights flip on. Amanda ran into Carla's room, knife in hand. But as soon as lights turned on, the being vanished with the darkness. I saw Amanda look around, checking in the closet and under the crib. She then set the knife down and picked up Carla from her crib and left the room. I heard her pick up the phone. "I didn't see anyone. What's going on?" she asked me. I told her that I saw someone in the house and instructed her to take Carla and leave. She went outside and locked the two of them in her car. I stayed on the phone with her and soon heard sirens as the police arrived. My wife and I rushed home, making it there in record time. I explained to the police what had happened and what I saw. They swept the house and couldn't find anyone. Nothing was out of place, and no signs of forcible entry either. For the next 2 weeks, we stayed at my brother-in-law's house, until finally feeling comfortable enough to go back. All this happened 5 years ago. We still live in the same house, but I haven't seen anything since. I hope whatever, or whoever it was, stays gone. Update. It's been a month since I wrote my last entry, but today I overheard something terrifying. Carla had some of her friends over for school for a midsummer party that us and some of the other parents arranged. We were all outside by the pool when I saw Carla ushering 3 of her friends into the house. I overheard her saying, "Yeah, let's go meet him. He's really nice. He just stands in the corner of my room." I stopped her and asked her who she was talking about. She told me, "The man with the black eyes and the small mouth. He says he knows you. He says he saw you watching him. It's okay. He's really nice. He watches over me when I sleep." Needless to say, our house is going on the market. Hey everyone, Dismal Hero here. Thanks for checking out the video, and if you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe so you're always up to date with my new videos. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.